Hi, George here. And one of the questions that I get asked a lot is how to control the volume of the jukebox. Now, it's actually controlled at the record level and not at the jukebox, but it's fairly easy to do, but there are two parts to this. The first part is the volume of the sound you hear when you're playing a record at the jukebox. Let's go ahead, we'll put a record in here. There we go. Now I'm using a song that I added in here. I just did this video just a video or two ago about how to do custom records. I'll put a link for that video in the description. I also have a custom name and a custom image for the disc right there. As you can see, I used a cookie instead. So that's the first part, is how loud is the song when it's playing when you're standing at the jukebox. And that's one thing. The other thing is how far away can you hear the sound. Let's just put a song back in here again. And that's this distance. Now normally when you get to 16 blocks, it's going to begin to fade out at this point. It's going to keep on fading out all the way down here until we get down to 64 blocks, which is right there. When we get down to here, by the time we're here, you can no longer hear that sound. Now, it doesn't matter how loud the sound is at the jukebox, it's always going to fade out at 64 blocks, unless you do some fancy coding. And I'll show you that as well. Okay, let's go back down here, get back down to the jukebox. Notice how it's fading back up again now, or hitting the sound again as you get closer to that jukebox. When we get back to here, this is the 16 block spot. It's full volume at this point on in. Okay, let's first check the easiest thing, just in case there's a problem here. Probably isn't, but just in case. Hit the escape key, go into options, and into music and sounds right here, and just make sure that your jukebox note block sounds is clear to the top like that. And you can push your master volume up higher if you want to. This works out pretty well for me at this level. So make sure that those are up. If you have the jukebox sound down here, you're not going to hear anything. If it's halfway through, it's going to be half as loud. So make sure that this is clear to the top for the best sound on that. Master volume, of course, is controlling all the volume. So if this is clear to the top, everything sounds louder. So I like having it just a little bit down and then jukebox clear to the top. I have my music turned off. This is separate from the jukebox. This is the background music. I have that turned off so the background music isn't playing during this video as I'm recording the video. Okay, that's taken care of. Also, if you have multiple different devices, make sure you have the right device selected right down here. These are my earphones. Okay, that's all good. Let's now head over to the desktop and see how we can control the volume in the sound file. Here we go. And I just have a folder here. I made this on my C drive. I named it pack. Call it anything you want. Put it anywhere you want to put that. That's just fine. And here I have my own custom pack PNG file. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. And I have a song file right here. This is the one that we were listening to. If you want to do a custom song for your records or replace a record with a custom song, I'll put a link for that video at the top of the description so you can get right to that one. It's real easy. But in order to make the song louder in the game, if you have your volume control set correctly in the game, you have to increase the volume of the actual sound file. And for that, let's open this up in a sound editing program. I like using Audacity. It's a free download. Let me bring that up. Okay, here's Audacity. I'm just going to take this file and drag and drop like that. There we go. And it's pretty loud in here already. But in Audacity, your volume control is right over here, right below where it says effects. That's this line right here. If I want it louder, I'll move this over towards the right. If I want it softer, I'll move it to the left. Once you find the right setting, if you want louder, go over here further, and then simply output this as a new sound file. File, come down to export audio. And if I was saving this thing out to use in the game, I'd want to have this set up as an OGG file right here, OGG Vorbis files. That's at .ogg. And then I'd save it into the right location for my resource pack. All songs in Minecraft are mono, so make sure you change that to mono, or everything else we'll be doing here is not going to work. So set it to mono. Let's say I was saving this out to my working folder. I'd browse for that working folder, which is right here. It's my pack folder. Choose save and export. There we go. Then close this down. And there it is. This is now saved with that changed volume. So that's how you make the volume louder at the jukebox when you're listening to it. That's the easy part. The more difficult part is to change how far away you can hear it. And that takes a little bit of coding and making a custom resource pack. Now, if you're already doing your own custom songs for your discs, then you have your custom resource pack to begin with. And all we have to do is edit the sounds.json file. Now, the first thing we have to do is to get that file, and it's a hidden file. Let me bring up another window in here. In the address bar, type in %, app data, and %. Hit the enter key. And then at the top, you'll see a .minecraft folder. Go into that. And here is the hidden folder for all of the Minecraft files. You want to go into the assets folder right here. Open this up. Go into indexes. And in here, you want the file with the highest number. Scroll down. Right now, it's down here at 19.json. This is the right one for 121. When 122 comes out, this is going to be changed to 20. So this number here does not match the version number of Minecraft. 121 is the 19.json. Now, if you don't see the .json in here, go up to View, come down to Show, and File Name Extensions right there. This is Windows 11. If you're in Windows 10, go up to the View tab at the top. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see a checkbox for File Name Extensions. Go ahead and check that. Okay, I'll be opening this up inside of Notepad++. It's a free code editor, and it's perfect for doing Minecraft. In here, scroll down a little bit. Get past all these lang files over here. And just past where it says lang, all these lang things, just past all of this, you're going to see Minecraft/sounds.json. You see this name right there. After that, you're going to see hash over here. After the hash, you're going to see a big code over there left-hand side. You can find that by clicking in here and just kind of dragging down. And there's the code. That's the one that you want. So let's copy that code. I'll just double-click and select that. Or you can drag and select like that. Make sure you don't get those quotation marks. Right-click into this and copy. Okay, that's the first part of this. Now notice at the beginning of this, it says A1. That's the first two characters here in this code. Notice that these all have different beginning characters. Here's a C2 right here. Here's an OC. Here's a 60, and so forth. One we want is A1. Make sure you keep that in mind. Let's get rid of this. Let's back up here into Assets. Come down into Objects. And then in here, find the folder that says A1. So let's scroll down until we find that. It's past all these numbers. Get past the numbers, and here's the letters. Okay, go into folder A1. And then over here, it says Search. Right-click on this and paste. And it finds that file for you right there. Okay, let's just copy this file. Right-drag and copy over here. This is your sounds.json file. Click into the name. Just change what it says. Sounds.json is all lowercase. Hit the Enter key. And there we go. Okay, we can get rid of this. We're done with that. So here's the file that we need. We now need folders to put this into. We only have to make two folders. Go up here to New. Come down to Folder. First one is Assets. Let's go inside of Assets. New folder is Minecraft right here. Go inside of Minecraft, and the sounds.json goes right there. Now, if you're making your own sounds pack and you're doing your own records and things, you're going to have a sounds folder in here as well. Let me just put that here just for reference. There we go. All of your custom records are going to be inside the sounds folder. Okay, let's go back here to pack. Just take this and drag it in here, drag it into Assets, drag it into Minecraft, and it sits right here next to your sounds folder if you're making your own records. Let's now edit this, and I'll be editing this inside of Notepad++. Let's open this up. Here we go. And this gives you a few things in here about the songs. Now, the record that I changed is called Ward. Search find. You can do a search for music and then just kind of work your way down to the records. You can do a search for records if you want to, like that. Find next. And here's the records section. Let's scroll down now until we find Ward. That's the one that I changed for that cookie record. And that's right here. Now, there are a couple of things that are not shown in here. If something is not shown, then the default value is used. And the thing that we care about is a line that says attenuation distance. And I'll put that in here right below where it says stream true. Do a comma right there. Hit the Enter key, quotation mark, and then attenuation distance, underscore right there, close quotation, and then a colon, and then a space. Now the default is 16. So if I left that alone, if it's not there, it's going to default to 16. It begins to fade out at 16. Now this works a little bit oddly. Let's say I wanted this to go twice as far. I would change this to a 32. It's now going to begin fading out somewhere around 32, and it's going to fade out all the way out to 128, where you no longer hear it. That's double at 64. If I wanted to get this fading out 3 times further away, that's down to about 190. Then you change this to 48. That's 3 times the 16. We'll just do the 32. That's all we need. So that takes care of the control of the distance. But there's one more thing that we need to do. If you make any changes in here, Minecraft is still going to go back and use the default sounds.json. It's going to ignore anything you're doing in here. So we have to stop that. And the way you do that, you see up here where it says sounds. Right after sounds, there is a square bracket here. That's the opening square bracket for all this stuff. Come down to the closing square bracket down here for all that stuff. Put a comma after that closing square bracket, and then another line. And in here, type in replace, quotation mark, colon, space, and true. This is the important part right here. Without this, nothing's going to work for you. So we've changed our distance right here. And we've also told Minecraft to use this and not use what's already in the game. Okay, so that's all we have to do. It's not that much, actually, once you get used to this. Okay, let's save that, close that down. So here's our sounds. Let's now go back here to pack. Now you have to do that for every single record that you want to have play further away from the jukebox. If you only do one, only that one record is going to play further away from the jukebox. So it has to be done for every single record that you're doing. Okay, we need one more thing in here, and that's a pack.mcmeta file that used to be included in the vanilla resource pack. It no longer is, but I have that on my website. Let's go ahead, we'll grab that. And it's right here. I'll put this link in the description on this page. Here we go. Right now we're playing 121.4 and it's pack format 46. That's the one that you want. 121.5 is coming out real soon. As soon as that does, that number is going to change. So just keep your eye on that. I'll be talking about that when it happens. Okay, click on that and download it. I'll put it in the same location here. Choose save. Okay, that's done. Let's close this down. And here it is. I'm going to right click on this and open in a new window. I'll just float that window right here, grab that and drag it over there. There it is. Okay, get rid of this window. We can get rid of that zip file as well. We're done with that. Let's go inside of this. The pack format is already correct. I already did that for you. We can go ahead and change the name up here. I'm just going to change it so it says volume for 121.4 and save. That's now done. You can now either put this into a zip file, or if you're playing around with your sounds JSON a little bit, it's more useful if you don't zip this thing together. Instead, put it into a folder. Let me show you how that is done. Make a new folder here. Let's call this one volume, like that. Take your assets, pack.mcmeta, and your pack PNG. This is just a square file. It's 128 by 128, and it's a PNG file. That's all that is. Just drag it into here. We can then put this into the game. Now to get into the game, let's bring up the Minecraft launcher. This is the easiest way to do this. Here's the launcher. Go up into installations, and on your top line here, go over here where it says open installations folder, click on that. And in here, let's scroll down until you find resource packs, go into this, and our folder goes right here. Let's bring that up. There we go. I'm just going to copy this over. I'll right drag it over here and copy. Okay, now in the future, if I'm making changes to my sounds.json, if I'm still working on it, all I have to do is go into the resource packs folder, go in here, into assets, into Minecraft, and edit this file right there, and then it's all set to go. So it saves you having to unzip and rezip, all that kind of stuff. Normally, if I'm finished with a pack, I'll zip it up just to save space. If I'm still working on it, I'll leave it unzipped in a folder like that. Okay, so that's all set. Let's now play the game and get that imported and test it out. Okay, click on play, let the game load up. Here we go, we're at my menu screen. Now mine's a customized menu screen. If you want to find out how I did all of this stuff, I'll put links for these videos in the description. Come down to options, into resource packs, and on the left-hand side, you're going to find the volume right here. That's the one that we just did. I named the folder volume, and that's what it says here. Inside of pack.mcmeta, I called it volume for 121.4. That's what it says right down here. This is the name of the folder, or if it's a zip file, this is the name of the zip file. And this is what it says inside of the mcmeta. Okay, click on that arrow. Bring it over here, right-hand side. That's done. Choose done. Choose done again. Let's go into single player. I'm in my flat world right here. There we go. Okay, let's right-click. There's the song. Let's now test this out. Okay, no fade out yet. It should begin to fade about here. And it's real slow fade this time. There's your 64 blocks. We're past that. We're still hearing it. There's 80. There's 96. I'm still hearing it in my earphones. There's 112. Coming up on 128 right there. And the sound's gone. So it's twice as far this time. We doubled that number in the attenuation distance, and we got twice as far. Okay, so just go back. We'll hear it come back in again. And we're hearing it again right now. Ignore the big weapons thing up there. That's a different video. Okay, just moving on in. And we should be at full volume at this point. And it'll stay full volume. Clear back here to the jukebox again. So there you go. That's how you can control the volume of the jukebox at the jukebox, and also how you can make the song play further away from the jukebox. Again, 2 parts to this, but they're both fairly easy once you know the tricks. If you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up, give me a like on the video. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.